Mr. Suresh P. Manglani, the CEO at Adani Total Gas, is joining us. Let's go across to him.
The same quarter last year. Let me now also state the financial results. Our revenue for the quarter stood at 1,110 crore, which is up by 113% as compared to the previous year same quarter, largely due to the price rise which has taken place corresponding to the increase in the gas cost. The volume increase, if you see, has been 31%, but the EBITDA during this quarter has grown up 6% at 228 crore. Our profit before tax and profit after tax have remained on the same level as last year, the same quarter, at 185 crore the profit before tax and 138 crore profit after tax. Despite rise in overall volume due to unprecedented high cost of gas, we have been just able to sustain our profitability at the same level as compared to the last year quarter. Thank you.
Okay. That's Adani Total for you. The stock, by the way, is at a new high. In fact, all the Adani stocks today in the morning had hit a new lifetime high, so to speak. One space where I think there is a lot of follow buying is mid-cap IT, whether it's Mindtree, LTIS, Persistent also. Infosys also post numbers, they were not bad at all. That's doing rather well for itself. Kunal, the surprise for me is metals. We just discussed a graph, copper is down. I can show another graph which says steel is down. Steel companies are not being allowed to export. Metal prices are dwindling and metal stocks are running.
Well, yes, and I think majority of the reasons why I believe that these metal stocks are rallying is because in the last 1 week on the July expiry and the start of the August series, there was a huge amount of short covering which had happened for metal names, and specifically the 2-3 pockets from the metal pack, the likes of Hindalco, Tata Steel, they've outperformed majority of the other peers from their previous major lows, like JSPL and JSW Steel, which are also two very high beta names. These stocks have not participated as such. So we've had days where Tata Steel and Hindalco were the ones which were going up with strong price performance, and then the other names which are trying to just about chug along rather than any major moves emerging from those stocks. So specifically, I believe that the concentration is towards these two names from the metal pack. So I think from them, from these pack, I for one believe that Hindalco is the one which is looking more stronger at current levels. Would expect the stock to probably head towards even 460, 470 over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And for Tata Steel as well, I would expect a decent up move from current levels of 107, 108 where it's trading. So both these stocks seems to have come out of a zone of short covering and now getting into a zone where they can start trending for themselves.
Right. Okay. Let me now welcome on board Mr. Suresh P. Manglani, the CEO at Adani Total Gas, joining in for a live interaction on their earnings. Suresh, hi, good afternoon. Welcome to ET Now. First of all, congratulations. Good set of results despite such high prices. You managed to, sustain your profits as compared to last year's quarter. So the question really is, do you see gas pricing trends hold up? What's going to be the impact on costs going ahead?
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting Adani Total Gas on your channel. You are right. You have been updating yourself that there have been several external factors, the geopolitical situation which we are passing through. There have been quite a rush in the European countries and several other countries in the world to store more and more gas for a safe winter which is going to be coming. And similarly, on the domestic side, we have seen significant rise on the APM price, as well as there is a shortfall in the APM gas allocation for the CGD industry, which we receive for CNG for transport and PNG for home customers. And that has significantly increased our price, and consequently our prices also gone up. But at the Adani Total Gas, as I have been always stating, that we have a stated policy of calibrating the prices, keeping in mind the consumer interest. So keeping that approach in mind, we have calibrated and passed through the prices to the consumer what affordability a customer can do. From the future perspective, yes, we are passing through challenging period. We are seeing it a temporary phenomena for a few more quarters. We have a good gas sourcing in place. We hope that with our gas sourcing in place and strong support coming from Total Energy and Adani Group, as well as what we are seeing is that even government we are seeing as a positive, which is supporting to the CGD industry, we should be able to overcome this challenging times. So,
you are going through challenging times, then why have or how have you managed to report profits? Because if I look at your numbers, there is a profit.
if you see, there has been, yeah. There is a profit because if you see, when you compare quarter on quarter, there is a good profit which you can see because there is a significant increase in the volume from last quarter, which was a COVID quarter, versus this quarter. So, if you see per standard cubic meter, margins have come down, but in absolute terms, margin is there because the volume has gone significantly up, and the calibration that which we did in the pricing has taken care of a consumer interest as well.
Now, gas in Northeast, let's understand that. Assam is where you are present. What are your view and outlook on the same? And what kind of investment is expected in the entire CGD sector?
Yeah. So, if I understood correctly, you are asking about the Assam. Adani Gas has received license in the 11th round, which was recently concluded for 3 geographical area, which comprises of 16 districts. In the very short period of a time, we have already completed the surveys. We have identified this location where the CNG stations will be coming. We have also started developing the strong network plan for the laying the pipelines. So very soon we will see CNG stations of Adani Total Gas coming up in state of Assam. The good part, what we see is that very positive approach of a government of Assam for holistic development of transmission pipeline network as well as CGD infrastructure. So we are seeing a good support, positive support to the CGD industry as well as the transmission line support. With that approach, we would be making a significant investment in the state of Assam and developing large pipeline network, setting up almost over 200 CNG stations in the next 8 years, and give the PNG connections to large number of homes as well as industrial and commercial consumers.
Manglani, you already talked about your expansion plans in the northeastern region, but if you can talk about your entire capex plan for the entire year, which are the segments which are likely to see more investment, and more importantly, how are you going to fund this capital expansion?
Yeah. Thank you. I think very good question. The previous question also was that what is going to be the overall investment in the CGD sector itself. So I will first address that part and then I'll come to the our ATGL investment part and the capital management plan. See, if you see post 9th, 10th and 11th round, now PNGRB has granted licenses for 292 geographical area, which is comprising of over 600 districts. Now, almost 96% population of India has been covered. Our Honorable Prime Minister has a strong vision of transforming India's economy from 6.5% of a share of natural gas in energy basket to 15% by 2030. Keeping all this in mind and given the massive licenses which have been granted across pan India, India has become a CGD capital in the world, and there is an investment commitment of over $50 to $60 billion over 10 years period in the CGD industry. Besides the CGD infrastructure, we are also seeing there will be investment which will be coming in the country in terms of manufacturing the equipments for the CGD industry from various parts of the world. coming to the Adani Total Gas investment, we have 33 geographical area, which comprises of 95 districts. In terms of a geographical area and the licenses for districts, Adani Total Gas is the largest city gas distribution company in India. As we have stated earlier also, we have continued focus on developing infrastructure, whether it is a pipelines, CNG stations, or giving connections to homes as well as industrial commercial consumers. As I stated earlier also that we are laying around 3.5 kilometers of a pipeline every day today, which run rate also will increase in the future. Our plan is to invest close to 15 to 20,000 crore in the next 7 to 10 years. And given our good balance sheet and the cash accruals which are happening from a business now and the future, we have efficient capital management plan in place to make sure that as and when funds are required, we are able to raise the funds from various sources. And we see no issue from the raising the financing part, which will never affect the speed of a project. We will continuously be growing infrastructure and ensuring that what responsibility we have taken, we are able to serve to the large masses of the consumers.
All right, Mr. Manglani, appreciate your time. So glad you could join us.